What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another live stream here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are doing an impromptu live this Sunday evening, and we are excited to take out the iFly 737 MAX 8. And today's flight is gonna take us to Montego Bay, better known as Mobay. And so we are in for a nice little flight over to Sanchez International Airport. We are here sitting on the ramp in Cayman Islands, and we're going to take over Cayman Airways 737 MAX, the first airline in the Caribbean to get the MAX 8. And so we're going to take a little short flight over to Montego Bay. With the Energy Jamaicans in the house, welcome. Hope that you will enjoy the flight this evening. All right, so we're going to jump into the aircraft now and begin our setup. The aircraft is still doing its little thing. It just requires from me the information to put in. So let's get that positive going real quick. Let the aircraft know where we're at. MWCR is the airport, and we are at stand 5. See that work? Yes, it does. Put that in the set IRS, and we are live. Let's go to the route page. MWCR going to MKJS. Put in our co-route, and we'll request our flight plan. Once we do that, we're going to go over to the EFB and initialize so that we can get our plane fully set up for departure this evening. We'll go through the whole briefing, get our aircraft ready, prepared for departure over to Montego Bay. We're flying Cayman Airways 2620. In the Caribbean, we call the digits by themselves, so it's Cayman 2620. If we should get air traffic control online, that's what we will be hearing as well. Departing today off of runway 08, and we are using the Road 2 departure, and for arrival into Montego Bay, we're using the ILS via the Linar 7, the PET-C transition, so we can double check to make sure all of that is in, and we'll of course get that in for performance terminal charts as well. Here's our airport map, and let's initialize the flight. We'll go ahead and activate that. We'll just double check that once we're through. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and call GSX to start our boarding. Our fuel is on board, so we can start our APU. Just so that once our passengers get on board, the airplane will be nice. Cool. So we hold off on that until our APU gets online. While we wait for that, we'll check our terminal charts. We'll edit the clip to get the other charts that we need. 8 is for departure. I believe that's all we would need for You could also have the arrival runway just in the event we have to come back. So we'll also use that. That is complete. Then we go to away, edit, flip. And we already have the airport. We also need to look at the parking charts. Where are the parking coordinates? And the arrival is the Leonard 7 arrival. And we're using the ILS runway 07. We can complete that. So we have all of our information here. Cool. Okay. That. APU is available. It is going to be an evening flight, so let's get some lights going. Once we get on the way, it is going to get dark very soon. So we're going to get our lights going in the flight deck so that we can definitely see. There should be a seat for Radeon. Let's see. APU is available. So let's go ahead and start the boarding process so we can get out of here. Request boarding. Cool. Flight directions can go on now that everything is up and running. We'll turn our heading to
we are ready for pushback.
Runway heading, which is 08. PSX should be able to open these.
Passengers boarding started.
Nice.
Departure checks completed.
All right, so we have, unfortunately, the system does not allow you. So we can see the information. So here we have it. It's a little bit easier to see it on here, but I put it up on the DFB so that we can have it as well. So our flight came in with 2620. And our costiness is 40, distance is 208. Fuel for this flight is 4.7 tons, and we have 4.8, as you see here in the flight deck. And our fuel weight, hey, what's going on, Travis? So Travis, great flight. I'm from Antigua, man. I'm from Simmon over here in Antigua. Our zero fuel weight is 54.4, fuel is 4.8, and takeoff weight is going to be 59 tons. And we should be landing with 57 tons, which is well below our landing. So that is all good. And there we see our passengers getting onto the airplane. Let's double check our routes based on our flight. here. So we'll take off via the Narlo 2, going towards the southeast, then get to Narlo, Oteco, yeah, Frost, then Petsy, and then via the Lennar 7. So we can put that together using the ILS runway 07. I'm trying to figure out if I should do it via Maxi. So that shows Maxi. Via fine. We'll do it via fine. Since we're that close. Right. So we probably have to remove a waypoint or two, but we'll deal with that once we get close by. And fly straight to Sangster. Alright, for our departure today, we are sitting on stand 5 here in Grand Cayman. We'll push off the gate, make a left, go Hotel Echo, then backtrack to runway 08. After departure, we are using an Narlo 2 departure, and that is chart 10-3 Foxtrot 29 March 24. And based on the routing, initial climb, we're going to climb to flight level 270. We had 260, not sure why not so, but be that as it may, we will go to flight level 270. Odd flight levels going east. Come on the runway heading to Radeon, which is here, then turn right, climbing 7,000 or flight level. That's at my ATC, intercept the radial 640 out, radial 107 outbound from Grand Cayman, which will be uniform Romeo 640 towards the Narlo intersection. For our departure, we are below our max takeoff weight and also max landing weight. So upon departure, if we have to reject at or below B1, we will close the thrust and come to a stop. If we are, once we assess the situation and there's no issues, we'll exit our Foxtrot, come back around, and if we have to return to get returned to gate. If not, we will try and fix the situation and taxi back onto the runway and attempt a second departure. After V1, we are committed to the takeoff. Therefore, we will climb up to flight level 270, or correction, we'll climb. And at 3,000, we'll clean the aircraft up, assess the situation. If we have to come back and do a return, we'll do so. And we will be arriving via the 08 arrival. So we will have the RNAV 08, so we make a right base coming back around to Vodak, then to Mobix, and land on runway 08. No other threats in the area. Once we depart, it's right over water, so we will be fine, free from any immediate threats. Right, if there are no questions, then our departure briefing is complete. So that is set. So 7,000 was what was set on the chart a while ago. So we set 7,000 and flight level would be flight level 270. I did not realize we have such a short or such a little, we have 102 passengers on board today. Oh wow, look at that. GSX, of course, will do the most, where we are only seeing these pink textures as per usual. And the funny thing is, I would have checked the app before I started the flight. Thank you, GSX. We appreciate it. All right, to finish the rest of the FMC, we go to Perfinite and we're going flight level 270 based on our flight plan. See what our winds. Average wind is 217 at 27, 217 at 27. Average wind would be 1. Now cost index is 40. Reserves for this is 2.3 reserves, and our zero fuel rate is 4.4. Unlike the PMDG, we actually have to set this information here. So we go to our performance and payload, weight and balance, and I'm just going to put in 102 here, let the aircraft configure itself automatically. That is good. Set the cargo, the forward cargo is going to be 50 is the total. 2550 minus 60%. 10, 20, so 1530 goes in the rear, 10, 20 goes in the forward cabin, and 15 in the rear cabin. Like so, and we can set our load, and that would be done. Our fuel is already in. Fuel is 4.7, and we can complete that. So our zero fuel weight is 56.6. So we'll put that in here, so it's gone up just a bit. I guess more passengers or more baggage. 56.6. So our zero fuel weight is. Let's double check. Something isn't. 100. All right, there we go. So our zero fuel is 56.6, and our landing, we're gonna take our weight to 61.4. Instead of complete that. Good. That makes sense. How we did it from our FMC. Let's double check our weather. Weather out payment right now. We did briefing, so that is weather out the payment is 05013. So this is 050 at 13. Temperature is 27. Unit is 101. So that is correct. Using takeoff 1, and we'll see how that goes. Flaps 5, air condition on, AI is off. We'll calculate that. And takeoff 1, 38 degrees, trim 5.72, and we have V speeds of 134, 134, 1433. Let's switch over to our APU, and we can get rid of the ground power just now. Execute that and take off 1, 38. We're using flaps 5, and our PG is 22.3, 134, 134, 144. So these V speeds that automatically comes here are for references, and then of course you also have those from the AFB. So we'll use what is from the AFB, which we will take as being even more accurate. So we'll set in the speed window 143, which is our V2 speed. And we can arm the VNAV and the arm. All right, just about finished. We are going to now get our speeds. So we go to the legs page, route data request. On the right side, we go to the progress page. So the wind data coming in is going to give us our accurate fuel burn so that we can see how much our fuel quantity will be at our destination. Currently is 3.1 when we load it. Let's see if it gives us 3.1. Execute, and so it is 3.1. So our VNAV forecast, and we will request it. Load those. Before start checklist. Before start checklist, flight mechanism inspections is complete. Flight procedure is complete. Cabin display is auto. Emergency lights on. Passenger signs are on. Window heat switch is not on. Control is set. And this should be 270. Remote control panel is set. Check altimeters 1014 set, and cross check. It was going on, George. Welcome. Flight navigation is check. One emergency is check. Headlight. Not sure that it is on this airplane. We don't have a max one. I'm actually using a regular 737 checklist, so some of the things may not be here. So bear with me if you hear me call something and it's not there, then I'm not using a max. Just trying to have something that I can do. One thing is that the deep landing gear is down 3 green. Speed brake lever is down D10. And our thrust levers are closed. The engine start levers are cut off. The light swings cut out. Normal flight ones are check videos and check and set. And we will set our transponder code to 1523. With me, 1523. And we'll set up the PARA, and we'll turn those on just now. And what I did happen, see if I can make this step, but can reduce this computer. If I can reduce this computer, log is check. Fuel is 4.8 check and on board. FMS and the ACARS info entered. Our stabilizer trim is what we need to set, and that stabilizer trim is 5.72. There's an auto feature here, but I think I would have turned it off because that is not realistic in my view. So we will keep it off so we can turn the trim wheel. 5.7 is just about there. And our airspeed and N1 bugs are set. And check 134, 124, 143. Our before start checklist is complete. So with that, friends, we can go ahead and request push and start. So let's go to our systems page and our menu page, and we will close our doors. Close the doors. Although GSX would probably do that, I just feel more comfortable closing them. And then we'll go to our ground support and disconnect the electronic and remove the chalk. And we can now request pushback from
locking gear.
We'll now close the doors. I really wish that we could get this. Apparently, I think I read just the other day that the iFly is a situation with the some sort of code that has to be written by the delivery creator in order for us to have the seated passengers. It's shown outside, but of course with the whatever GSX is doing here, I'm getting these passengers that are pink. All right, it is what it is. Okay, so let's get our aircraft ready. We're gonna tell them we're gonna go nose left, but we still have to run through our checklist. So pushback and start checklist. Our pushback checklist, doors are closed, hydraulic panel is set. Credit door is closed and locked, and we'll just double check that. Yes, it's closed and locked. And for pushback, we have anti-collision lights are on. Air conditioning panel is set, and transponder is set to. So we will now go ahead and call. Don't think there's any ATC online. Nope, no ATC online. We just go ahead and make our announcements. Grand Cayman traffic, Cayman 2660 or Cayman 2620, pushing start from stand 5. Right, so we made our announcement, and we can now set up for the lap. Where we go. That should be set.
Release parking brakes, please.
There we go. All right, so we are ready to go. Speeds on my side and the legs on the first officer side. Let's put our traffic on. We have anti-collision lights on. Let's release these parking brakes and push off the gate. Parking brake is released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger, starting at will. We start sequence 2, then engine 2. We'll hear this once we get to 19%, we will then turn on. There we go. Put our switch on. And we'll hear those engines start up. I really like how iFly has this, that bouncing of the wing seems so realistic. I've never been on, actually, yeah, I've been on a Max before, but I don't remember seeing, I've not been paying attention to the wing, but this seems very lifelike, very realistic. And I like that versus the PMDG, whose wing just seems to be fluttering a little bit too much. So I'm hoping that PMDG would actually address that in another update. But we'll see how that goes. All right, the LEAP engines here on the 737 MAX 8 is very quiet. So you will hear this high-pitched sound outside, but then it quickly goes away. And so we'll set our brakes.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake is now set.
Unlocking gear.
Engine number 2 starts cut out on the right side, so engine number 1. And once again, we wait until 20%. And once we do that, we will definitely introduce the fuel. And 20%. On the 737s, however, the regular 737s is 25% is what we wait for N2. I'm wondering if that's why it says monitoring, where we can just introduce the fuel earlier. This is a beautiful airplane. That's a beautiful picture right there.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So that is pins away, and we will see him just wave to us, letting us know that we are good to go. All right, see you next time through, buddy. to just click on that real quick to let him know that we see him. Okay. After start, close. Alright, then you do after start checklist. Generators are on, full heat is on, anti-ice not required, condition panel is set, brakes set, RTO. After start checklist is complete. Let's do our flight control check. For the left, for the right, go left, yo right, fully back, fully down, and let's go outside and check that out. On the left, on the right. I think that those can be a little bit less aggressive in terms of the flaps going up. The animation could just sort of adjust a little bit. I guess that's what I'm accustomed to with the other developer. Animation could just be a little bit slower, slightly delayed, but we can still live with that. All right, so we're good to go. Let's turn on our takeoff and our taxi and runway turn off, right? Then we will do our taxi checklist, taxi flaps, set flaps to 5, that's 3 notches, and we can watch our flaps go down. There we go, flaps coming down. Love those flap sounds. Flight controls are checked, so flaps 5, green light. And flight controls are checked. Taxi checklist is complete. Grand Cayman traffic, Cayman 2620, taxi runway 08 via Hotel Echo, enter backtrack runway 08. Parking brake is released. Airplane is moving because we're pretty light. So we can check out this map. And so we'll make a left here at this taxiway and then enter runway 08 for backtrack. We have somebody flying above us at 38,000 feet. Lovely sunset light this evening. Really nice and smooth. It's looking pretty good. I just don't like to see that pink textures there, man. I'm gonna have to try and fix that. I actually thought I did. I guess not. Runway entry, we will turn on our strobes. Enter backtrack runway 08. Cleared left and right. We can turn on our weather radar, even though it's not going to work, but just part of procedure. Seems like iFly would have captured the sounds on the runway as well. That's pretty good. We will dig the cabin. Flight attendants, seats for departure, please. That's a confirm our departure. We're departing off runway 08. We will climb direct to Radeon. Then right to intersect the radial outbound 107 for direct to Narlo. Then flight plan route. at or below V1, we will reject the takeoff. If we have any issues and come to be stopped. If we have any issues, we will assess the situation and make a determination if we need to go back to the gate. If not, we will come back around and attempt for a second departure. At or above V1, we will continue the takeoff, climb a few thousand feet, clean up the aircraft, and we'll assess the situation. If we need to come back, we will make a right base to join the RNAV runway 08 back for landing. We are below our landing weight, max landing weight, so we are fine with a return. B speeds 134, 134, 143. And we are ready to go. Grand Cayman traffic, Cayman 2620, takeoff runway 08 via the Narlo to departure. Cayman traffic. Alright. Our before takeoff, the selection is set at 5 green, windows closing off, autothrottle is armed, recall is checked, recall button is somewhere there. Runway is 080 departure is the pilot. First is the Radeon. Flight attendants have been departed. Radar transponder is set on. Engine starters are continuous. Exterior lights are set. And we are ready to go. Let's go, friends. Advance the throttle to 50%. Little pressure on the yoke. Toga. Here's July. 80 knots. Check. Keep the center line. V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. And we're off into the sunset. Ooh, that wind, boy. Get some trimming here real quick. Climb thrust set. LNAV. VNAV speed. We at Raven, make the right turn now. Collapse up. Speed check. This is why we need a two-man cockpit, because I'm trying to hand fly the airplane while doing all the other things. Let's extend our view just a little bit. So we're gonna, I didn't set up the radio, but we're gonna follow the flight director. And we'll set our altitude now up to flight level 270. What's going on, Marvin? Welcome to the stream, bro. Alright, so we're still hand flying. We're gonna dip the nose just a bit to follow the flight director so that we can speed up to 250. It's always nice to hand fly the airplane. You get to feel what it's like. From Shirley Heights. Well done, guy. How is it up there, man? Isn't it cold up there, Marvin? Cayman traffic, CAY2620, airborne passing 7,500. Climb flight level 270, join an all to departure. Cayman traffic last call. Alright, so we are now going to oh wow, I was not even on the C tab. Okay, cool. So we'll leave it at 122.8. That is crazy. Okay, it's windy. Alright, we will now arm auto throttle A, command A, and we will go direct to Narlo, execute, and allow the aircraft to continue climb. Past 10,000 feet, we will turn off our exterior light as required, and we will run the after takeoff check. Past 10,000 feet, lights can come off. Engine start switches to off, and the after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist, flaps up, no lights, landing gear up, anti-ice not required, engine bleed are on and auto. And this autos are off, and APU is after takeoff checklist is complete. Take the outside view. Ooh, look at that, guys. Look at that. That is, you cannot tell me that's not nice. Oh, there's a lot of people up at Shirley Heights. I wonder what's going on up there. That is beautiful. Taking a couple shots here. These birds seemingly love to have photo shoots done. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful airplane. So we're climbing away up to 14,000 feet. Once you pass 170, we will get our local altimeter. Not the local, the standard altimeter. So we'll set standard once passing 170. I believe that's what we had there. Let's see what that is. The turbo chart transition is 170, yes. So once you pass 170, we set standard. Usual Sunday night in season. Alright, cool, nice. Maybe one of these days I'll come up there and chill out, watching the people them doing what they do. Seems a bit windy up here too. So it's not YOLO getting winds over there, Shirley Heights. We got, look at these wing feds right here. And that too is a nice little picture. Wow. Guys, I don't know about you, but for me, when I do flight sim, it seems so real, especially with what's going on now with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We haven't got 2024 yet. We're allowing all those teething issues to go through so that we don't have those issues once we get it. So I'm anxious to get the A330, a couple of those flights out, since there isn't another A330 available, but we'll wait. But the possibilities are just so great right now, given what we can do with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Come early, not late. What do you consider early, like 5 o'clock? All right, passing flight level 190, so standard set. Standard set, and we have a climb checklist, altimeters, standard check and set and cross check. So we're climbing up to flight level 270, guys. It is a very short flight, very short flight. We're already 6 minutes into it. We have, let's see, 174 miles to go. So it is going to be a quick flight. So if you miss it, you miss it. 5 o'clock is too late. Okay. So what are you saying? 3 o'clock is what? But some hot them kind of time is man Marvin. Okay, 4:30. Okay, that could work. That could work. Because 3 o'clock is a little bit too early. flight level 210, so we're getting up there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start briefing for our approach, just so that we can get that out the way. At least we'll get our charts up. So for Mobe, we're using the Lenar 7. So we're coming in via the Petsy, and so I am not certain if this does. No, it does not. Oh wow, that's crazy. The parking is crazy up there. All right. So you go all the way up to the top, or you mean the parking is crazy from even going up the little hill? Oh, you meant what I was doing a while ago. Yeah, it's a very short flight, so just trying to make sure we get everything sorted out before we get too busy with the descent. Let's see, this is an 11-mile arc. So what we're gonna do to kind of try and get this simulated, what we will do is we will put in the fix, and we'll do the VOR, which is the Sangster VOR SIA, and we're going to do an inbound of or 290 radial outbound. So we'll do SIA, if I could type SIA, and that is the VOR 15.7. that is correct. And we're going to do an outbound radio 290 with a distance of 11. So what that will do for us is going to give us this outbound radio here. So at 13 miles, as a matter of fact, we'll do another one which is going to be at 30. So we'll do a 13-mile radio, 13-mile radius, which is where we will have this waypoint here, or we'll start our right turn towards the final, which is going to be Lenar. So we'll remove Omaxi and we'll keep Anapa, and that sound means that we are 1,000 feet from 270. So let's go a little bit on our flight plan, and we will check to see. Right, so we have this outbound radio here, 290. So we'll also put in a 13-mile. I would need to check out if I can actually create, or how to create a pseudo waypoint on the Max. So we put 13, so we have that here. Good. So we'll make our right turn and follow along the 30-mile radius, and then we will end up by Omaxi, which also is Lenar. Let's see, that's Lenar, and then left to Anapa. By then we'll be on the ILS. The ILS frequency is 1095. Let's put that in here, change the mode to ILS. 0950, and we will have that set. The VOR is 1157. 11570. And so as it stands, we are still a ways out, not picking it up right now, so we will see that shortly. Once we get within range, we will pick up the distance there. All right, so we're cruising at flight level 270, speed is 0.75. We can make that a little bit quicker, 0.78, just for fun. And so we will get up to 500 along the ground. is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Pretty quick flight. So our top of descent is in approximately 51 nautical miles. So we will get there pretty quickly. So within the MAX, you have to ensure that you change the brake from RTO to off because it is not automatic. It doesn't have a springboard. So we just have to remember doing that. Overhead is set. We can turn off the seatbelt sign. The passengers can move about if they need to. Have another look at this beauty outside. The iFly MAX 8. Winston J.L. Williams, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate the sub, appreciate the sub. Don't worry about those pick textures, guys. That would be definitely won't see that on the next. Well, let's hope not, because GSX will be doing some crazy things. So we don't see those on the next stream, hopefully. So what GSX said is that it's something to do with the code, some code that's necessary from the livery creator that would ensure that those seated passengers remain seated. So we'll hope that they will fix it and update that. If not, it is what it is. I remember the last fight I did, I think yesterday's stream, when I did the American, I was able to see them outside. So I don't know what happened. GSX updated, and I made sure I went in and checked so that it updates the seating chart. But for whatever reason, it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to. What can we do? That's GSX for you. So we're coming to 32 nautical miles before top of descent. We are gonna have our performance. We will do show landing, show en route, and we'll copy the data from our FMC. Let's check the weather. Weather stands for 090 up 10, so we put that here. 090 at 10. Temperature is 26 Celsius, and the QNH is 1013. Condition is wet. Apparently there's some rain showers. All up, back 30, AC is on, AI is off, brakes, we're gonna 1, non-normal is none, and we'll do a calculate, then that will let us know if we need. So we have a landing distance available of 2940, and our landing distance required is 2340, so give or take a 600 meter difference. If we were to look at our chart and check, I'll go through to the next one. So we have 2940, and so if the landing is 20, what did we say it was? 2340. So that would mean that we should land and be able to exit off of Alpha. If we do landing brake 2, we'll do it in 1929. And so if we were to do that, it means that we should be able to exit off of Bravo with full reverse. So we'll take auto brake 2 to ensure that we get off at Bravo. Then we can backtrack onto Alpha, and then we'll take one of these gates. I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, that's the next one. Right. I'm not sure exactly where the Cayman Islands park, but we're gonna park at, let's say, gate number 6, or number 13, some of these gates. We'll just pick a gate once we get there. And so our arrival, we'll take the Petsy on the Lenar 7, and this is 10 dash, if I could get it, 10-2 is 15 March 24, and we are going to be landing or using the Petsy transition. So from Petsy to Lenar via the Sangster Radeon 290 to 13 nautical miles Sangster, then turn right via the 11-mile arc of Sangster, and then we'll make a left base to join the localizer, runway 07. So the localizer is ISIA. So let's move. Here, do not transit or talk, and forgot to do our descent. So let's do econ speed so we can slow down even further and descend to, ooh, wow. Ooh, let's do a level change here. That's too steep a descent. We descend down to 5,000. What's the MSA? The MSA is 38, 46, and 28. So 5,000 should be good. And the QNH is 1013, so that's set there. ISIA. Let's put another fix in. ISIA 109, and we want to be at 15. This might look a little messy. The radio is 073, 073 is of course, and 15, and we should be fully configured by Anapa, which is 7 miles out. So we will do 073 at 8. So again, for those who are just joining, this is something that I would have gotten from the Airbus guys. So I have all these different rings, which will be a little bit confusing, but let me explain them real quick. So what I have is the 13-mile ring, which is going to be off of this waypoint here. Then we get to the 11-mile, and that point at 50 we should be at 180 knots. We're going to try to sort of at 180 knots at that 15-mile ring. This 13-mile radius is the right turn that we'll begin to make to join the 11-mile radius, and then this 8-mile is should be fully configured right by Anapa. So once you're aware of what the distances are, we shouldn't have such a big problem. So that should be good to go. Okay, can change that now so that we go ahead and descend. Petsy at 11,000, so that's why we have this kind of steep descent going on. Let's make sure that we don't go over that max tape though. So let me do level change. We'll keep level change in there. We'll descend and we'll back the speed down once we get to Petsy. See my sign coming on? Ladies and gentlemen from the fighter, this is your captain speaking, and we are descending into the Sangster Airport. Right now the winds are from the east, about 10 miles. There's some rain in the area, temperature 26. So it's a pretty cool evening to head into Sangster. Keep the sign is on. If you are up and about, we ask that you get back to your seats as we prepare for the prepare coming for a lap. Alright, so our approach. Flight nav switches are quick. Nav switches cycle. Altimeter at the transition level is 1013, and that is now set. Approach checklist is complete, right on schedule. take a wing shot real quick. Look at that. These wings are just bouncing us all over the place. And that beautiful sunset color behind us. Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful. Back in the flight deck. Coming up on pet fees, so let's begin slowing this aircraft down. And once we go below 300, we will introduce some flaps, introduce some speed brakes, so we can assist the aircraft in slowing down, because we want to ensure that once we get within that 15 mile radius that we are much slower. So once we get to 300, we will use some speed brakes. And those are those things that you will see coming up on the wing here shortly. All right, below 300, so let's get some speed brakes coming out. So there you see those speed brakes coming out. Speed is coming down pretty nicely. So once we get to 5,000, we'll continue to descend to 3,000, as we need to be at 3,000 at Lennar, so we can join the ILS runway 07. 22 miles from Kingston, not Kingston, wow, I think I want to go to Kingston, right? 22 miles from Sangster, as indicated on our VOR. Once we get at that 50 mile, we switch over to the ILS. So we can start reading the frequency for arrival into Sangster. Nice. All right, we're at 235. We'll keep the speed brakes out, which will now have us descending at a higher descent rate, get down to 5,000, and that's exactly where we want to be. So we're doing that pretty good. The airplane is following along nicely. That's what we want to happen. Upon passing 10,000 feet, we will turn on our exterior lights. All right, 14 miles from this waypoint, which means we will start slowing down a little bit further once we get about 7 miles. Thanks to traffic, Cayman 2620 descending through 10,800 for 5,000. We'll make a right via the 11-mile arc for runway 07. Join the ILS runway 07. Thanks to traffic. All right, let's slow down now a bit more to 210, and we just see this aircraft that's right here on our power flight display. That's his lights flashing over there. Guess he went through some cloud. Oh, there he is. We're right here. Descending while trying to slow these birds down is something else. Landing lights are on and wing lights are also on. cool. So we're now at 200 knots. So the plane will now continue its descent, increasing the descent rate. And we will continue to descend down to 3,000. Switch this now to the ILS. We can bring the speed brakes now, and we will slow down now to 190 and get flaps 1. Speed check. We are 17 miles now from the field. We get flaps 1 to help us maintain that speed. Flaps 1, green light. Down to 180. Give some more speed brake. We're still a bit high. Hoping we don't have to do a spin around. We should be fine. Mark, Ali, Samuel, hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Flaps 2, speed check. Flaps 2. Green light. Any more flights? I'm thinking about it, man. I'm not sure yet. Once you get on the ground, we could probably do what flight you suggest. Do you want to do another flight? Let me know. We could do it. It's only what? It's now just 7 o'clock. So yeah, we could probably do another one. Where do you want to go? All right, slowing our speed down to 180. We're good so far. Let's go flap 5. Speed check, flap 5. And we are 12 miles out. So let's go ahead and give that a warning or an announcement. Transfer traffic, Cayman 2620 is a 12-mile final runway 07 on the DME arc runway 07. Transfer traffic. Alright, so we're coming down to 3,000. Let's give it some more speed brakes to get down. I'm watching this. We're still above the glide slope. We want to be under the glide slope and not above it. I will arm the localizer. There we go. So the localizer is now rising, so that's good. So we're getting there, guys. Let's see what the terrain is saying. So we're good. Perfect. There we go. So we can now slow down just a bit more to flap 5 speed. And we'll arm our speed brake. Localizer is captured, and let's arm the approach. Final approach. Oh wow. I did not set that. Final approach course is 073. There we go.
2,500.
Okay. There we go.
2,500.
The localizer is now capturing. There is also the glide slope. And we will do gear down. Laps 10. Low speed. Lap 50. Speed check. We are now 10 miles out. Remember, by ANAPA we want to be fully configured. Flat 25. Pre-check. And our final approach speed is 136 plus 5, so 141. And flaps 30. Localize the offset in the sim like in real life. I think it might be Mark Ellie. It should be. It should be. Alright, landing checklist, landing gear down, 3 green. Flat 30 green. Speed brake is green light. Engine starts are continuous. Landing checklist is complete. Taxi traffic, CAY2620 is on an 8-mile final runway 07. Taxi traffic. Cool. So we're doing pretty good. And we see that we have some clouds out, a little bit of rain. Following the glide. For some reason we're slightly below. Okay, it's correcting itself. All right, we just over ANAPA, so we are fully configured, stable approach, and we are good to go. Taxi traffic, CAY2620, 6-mile final, runway 07, Sangster. So there we have the rain on the windshield, on the glass outside. I'm really hoping that in 2024 they were able to get the rain so you can actually use the wiper blades and so on. If not, well, we just still work with it. All right, on the glide path and the localizer, so we are coming in nicely. Oh, there you go. So yeah, George just said yes, it is.
1,000.
I know the one at Kingston is also offset. But George, where are we going after this? 1,000 set. That needs to be 300. All right, I'll check it out then. All right, my airplane. Ooh, let's see how this wind is gonna handle.
Minimum.
Continue. All right, once we land, I'll let you know. All right.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And touchdown. Speed brake is up. Reversers green. And decel. $80 knots. Manual braking. Did we just pass Bravo? We certainly did. Not a problem. We just go all the way down to Alpha. And there we have, ladies and gentlemen, we are down in Sangster. We'll make a right here on Alpha. Santa traffic came in the 2620, cleared of runway 07 via Alpha, taxi to the ramp via Alpha. The traffic. After landing, checks. Yes, sir. 07 is correct. Breakdown and clear the airplane. After landing checklist, the see what I just said, and last we off flat. Coming up. Speed breakdown, B10. Radar is off. Transponder is set. And there we have it. Let me see what the landing rate was. According to Volanta, our landing rate was minus 227. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get our gate now. This is different. Let's see, 30. Let's see where it is going to take me. Show me this one. Okay, cool. So it's right over there. APU is on, so we will be able to apply that once we get to the gates. Is here. Get the lights off so we don't blind people. There's our marshaller. Let me see if I can make sure I am on the line straight so we can get a dance out of him. Hopefully we can get a nice good dance if we do a very good parking. Parking brake is set. APU gen on, and we can turn on cutoff switches and release the passengers. Wait for about 10%, and we'll lesson style says check out learning by school instead of pulling it all the way back to the land. Leave the status better trust in on the landing every time. Ah, okay, cool. I will try that. I will try that. And it's going to be difficult to remember Justin because we're so accustomed of pulling the throttle all the way back. So we'll see what happens. All right, so the anti-collision lights will come off. So let's do our shutdown checklist. Attachment signs are off, electrical is on, engine start move is on cutoff, transponder is on standby. If we can put it to standby here. And the anti-collision light is off. The fuel panel is set. The condition panel is also set. The auto brake is off. Brake is set. All right, cool. So we can now call for deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
You parked a bit short. Oh well. And look where I am, right above that same line. That's crazy. The Airbus was going to be your first flight in 2024. I'm not sure yet, Mark Ali, because I'm trying to figure out if I want to do I really want to fly the Airbus A330. That's what I really want to fly in 2024. So one of those flights to the A330, I believe if it's a situation where the A350 comes out before I purchase it, then my first flight is going to definitely be the A350 from Atlanta to somewhere. Atlanta to Detroit. And then from Detroit, I know Justin is going to be smiling when I say this, from Atlanta to Detroit and Detroit to somewhere in Japan or something like that. So that will probably be my very first flight with that. If not, and it's just the A330s, then I will probably do a flight probably out of Atlanta same way, going over to somewhere in Europe or something like that, or even an A330 flight from Europe to Antigua, you know, Virgin Atlantic or something, just to simulate coming home. So that's probably my first flight. But there you have it, guys. We are underground here in Kingston. Not Kingston. Why am I saying Kingston? I think it's because I want to go to Kingston, right? So what do you think we should probably do? Go over to Kingston? So George, let's go to Kingston from here. We just do a flight over to Kingston from here. If anybody else wants to join, feel free to do that. We can definitely do that. So we'll head over to Kingston from here. So George, that's good with you? Justin says the Airbus yells at me every time I do that. Yeah, because once it says retard. We don't want to be calling retard. You know, according to one of my friends, if you get retard more than 3 times, it's actually calling you a retard. You're not going to call me a retard. You're not going to call me a retard. So, yes, friends. George, in MSFS, it works in the PMDG 737 Phoenix. Yeah, right now I'm at gate 13. Gate 13. So I've never done that in any of these flights, Justin. It's not what I've been practicing, but we could probably try it. It's probably going to be difficult to remember doing something like that because it's not what I have been practicing, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I can appreciate the whole idea of what you're saying though, because if you cut the throttle, then you pretty much fall out of the sky. But based on what they would say, when you pull the throttle back at, let's say you flare at 30, you should be able to glide and get a smooth landing. We've gotten it with other aircrafts doing the same thing. So we could probably try that. All right, guys, so just got a request. We're going to Kingston since I've been talking about Kingston all this time. So let's see if we can get to Kingston. Let's get some lights up in this place. Cool. And just so you guys could see the passengers deplaning, there they are. He almost put that lady in her head. All right, so let me see if I could get this started while we are waiting. The next flight is going to be just so we can see what's going on. I have to make that so big. So we want to create a new flight plan. And guys, I have not actually done there's a sim brief thing that could be, it's a module, I think it is, something like that. I haven't actually done that yet. So at some point I probably will, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to be CAY and we're going to just keep the same flight number. So we are 2620. We're going from Montego Bay to Kingston. And the aircraft type is a B737 and we are VPCIZ. Departing off of runway 07, arrival. Oh. Winds over there is 360. Ah, so we're gonna do a RNAV approach today. All right, that works. Okay, so we're doing an RNAV approach into Kingston this evening. That will test the whole idea of maintaining that 3-degree angle. All right, our altitude will be back to Kingston, back to Mobay. 40%, everything is good. Let's see. Let's put our passengers 160. Let's put 120. Heading over there. And we have 45 minutes. That's set. Alternate route. Coming back to Kingston. And that is good to generate the flight plan. Oh, wait. What time are we leaving? 7:45. Make that 7:50. And let's generate the flight plan. All right, so 11,000 feet is our altitude. Let's make sure that's in, so that's good. Let us close this flight. Cool. And we're going to pre-file it. So we'll pre-file 2620. All these direct twos, I hate to see them, so we'll remove them. And our arrival gate is going to be Cayman Islands, I think it's gate 8 or 9. I think that's where they park. So we'll do that. Right, and we can set the flight plan. And that is set. So we're good to go. So we can go now and go back to our route, and we go MKJS, MKJP, and our call sign is CAY2620. Request a flight plan. To set up too. All right, let's load that flight plan. So the passengers are almost finished deboarding because we have it at dense, so we'll be able to get that checked out. So we begin reboarding just now, and while that's happening, let us get our refueling. Our fuel for this flight is 4.5. That on both sides. 4,500 divided by 2, so that's 2250. There's 2.3 on both sides. 2.3. 2.3, and we'll turn those valves on and set that. So on the outside we will see the fuel going in. So our fuel is being boarded now as well, so we see it boarding here. We should also have our ground on so we can turn on the APU, but I'm gonna actually leave that disconnected. That way we don't have to waste time with doing that to get out of here. George, how long before you get online? Guess he will let us know once he gets in. So let me turn on this fuel pump. Cool. All right, so that's set there. Activate this. Before we do that, let's departure runway 07, and we're using the eluded 5. Let's get a Kembo. Probably 10 minutes. All right, no problem. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Index. Let's go arrival. Run RNAV runway 30, and let's check which one we're gonna use with that. Let's go to flights, unload, import flight, import MKF to that. All right, and we're gonna use the RNAV runway 30, and we're coming in there. So we're gonna probably do from Dusa. What we'll do is we make a right. Probably don't need to do it that way, but we just have that there and then make a left turn into the final. So let's do it via Dusa, and then we can shorten the approach. So we'll add that, and we probably just go to Bootle or Bottle and then make the left to Wassat and arrive Avril, and then we will do our landing. So that is set. Cool, cool. We have that. Great. So route, let's double check. So we're gonna leave the discontinuity in there, activate that. As we said, guys, we're going to make we'll go direct to Salak, and then we'll make a right towards Dussel, and then make the left at Bottle to join base to final runway 30. So that's what we'll do once we get down that side. So we'll leave that discontinuity in the flight plan. All right, so the fuel is on board. So we can disconnect that, so that's off. And we can tell it to go away. Fueling disconnect. Transfer set. And let's go now to initialize. And we will get our chart. To the performance, let's copy the data from our flight plan, from our FMC. Take off 1, lap 5, AC on, AI is off. And let's do our weight and balance. We have 100 and reload this in brief. 120. 120. Oh, it works today. Okay, good. That's great. Let's request boarding. One of the quickest turnarounds you will see, right? One of the quickest turnaround. So we have for our cargo 3,000. 3,000 minus 60% is 1,200. 18 and 1,200. So we'll put 1,200 and 80. We'll set our payload. Our fuel is 4.6. If I don't put this in here, it's not gonna calculate it as it should. 4,600. Set fuel complete. And so now we have our weights. So our zero fuel weight is 58.5 63.7, and our takeoff weight is 63.3, and that is here. Let's calculate that, and we'll have a thrust setting of 81.2 with 43 degrees Celsius. V1 is 136, 136, and 144. Let's go to our perfinite. 11,000 is our altitude. Cost index of 40. Reserve is 2.3. And our zero fuel weight is 50. Now I done forgot. 58.7. 58.7. And we can execute. N1 limit, take off 43 degrees. So that gives us 81.3, which is what is said here. Nice, pretty close. Now take off, flap 5, and our CG is 22.4, 135, 144. All right, those are close enough, so we just keep those. 144. 144. Hey guys, if you're just joining, we are actually doing a continuation flight. So this should have been just from here to Kingston, from Cayman Islands to Mobay, but we're going to be joined by one of our fellow aviators who is going to help us take the plane down to Kingston. Pretty short flight again, so not a very long one. So you are in for a nice little flight. All right, so we have our fuel on board, so we can begin boarding. I think I already started boarding. They should be boarding now. If not, let's do it again. We press boarding. Right. So we'll have boarding. Be prepared to see the pic textures.
We are ready for pushback.
That's not something I can do right now unless I restart the simulator, so you just have to bear with that for right now. So we see flight attendant here
Passengers boarding starting.
as she prepares for boarding.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Speaker signs can go on now. And we set our trim to 5.75. That is set. 073 will go up to 11,000 time. That is our cruise, and we can B9. All right, George is loaded in. What gate are you at? See if we see George in that. I'm at 13. Seeing you online as yet. We should have probably gone over those gates. There's a bit more lit. That's all right. CPU gen is on, so we are good to go there. And let's do our briefing. So we're departing now off of here at Lancaster International. And for our departure, we will push back facing west, then taxi via Alpha, hold short of runway 07. The only threat is that there's a hill right up, then there's also some hotels as well, so we make a left turn via the departure as we see here. So our departure is the Eludu 5, and this is chart 10-3 Bravo, 50 March 24. And based on our initial climb, we proceed 073 course to Tesu, then direct Alutu, cross at about 1300, then climb to baseline altitude, which is 11,000 feet. Via the Kembo, so at Alutu, we turn right, direct Kembo, cross at about 5,000, then as filed. So as we see depicted here, we'll take off the Tesu, left turn, direct Alutu, then make a right turn to Kembo at about 5,000 feet. Continuing our departure briefing at our takeoff roll at or below V1, we will stop for any failures that would arise. We come to complete stop, closing the thrusters, and we will assess the situation. If we can, we will make a right turn at either Bravo or Alpha, come back around at Alpha. If we can fix the situation in-house on board, we will do so, then come back for a second try for departure. If not, we'll return to gate 13, which is what we're departing out of. At above V1, we're committed to take off. We will take off as normal, make a left over the waters, and we'll hold at 3,000. If we're well below our landing weight, so we make a left downwind and make our calls, come back and land on the ILS runway 07. Once we come to a full stop, we will, depending on the situation, we'll either make a close-up landing, close-up on the runway, or we make a right onto Bravo or Alpha, and we will then make a call for that. Other than that, there aren't any other threats. As we said before, it is just the hotels and that little mountain that's directly in front of the airport. Once we depart, we make that left turn direct Alutu as depicted on the light on the R9 departure. Weather in Kingston Mobay at the moment is winds 110 at 11 with some showers, scattered at 2,000, few at 2,200 with some cumulonimbus. So unfortunately, within the Microsoft Flight Simulator, we are not able to see these. Yeah, it shows rain on for you, George, but unfortunately, it's not doing that good. We can't even see it on the radar either. So we're hoping that we don't get any downdrafts. But the flight does say that we have some CBs around, so hopefully we can avoid those. Temperature is 25 and the QDH is 1013. And the weather in Kingston is a little bit better. There's no rain reported, but it's overcast at 9,000, so we should break out at 9,000. There's full clouds at 2,000. Let's see something real quick. I should be able to do that. Let's check and see what the weather looks like here. Weather. Let's see if we can get some radar. Let's see what it shows. I'm not seeing anything on the radar. That's weird. Oh well. Nevertheless, weather is wind 360 at 6 at 9, and so temperature is 26 and the QDH is 1014. So 65 out of 120 is what we have for our boarding. So we are getting there for that, and everything up here is set. Let's do our checklist. Now before start checking the flight deck and exterior inspections are completed, the flight procedure is complete. RS mode and nav, all that stuff is done, and the control panel is set. Oxygen mask and regular info is checked. Altimeter is 1013 set and cross checked. Flight and nav instruments are checked. Warning and energy light checked. Anti skid and available. Landing gear down 3 green. GPWRS is checked. Brake lever is down and detent. Thrust levers closed and checked. Engine start levers are in the cutoff position. Pedal trim and cutout switches are normal. Radios and transponder radar checked and set. Rudder and the aileron trim is 3 and 0. And the radios parking brake is set. Flight attendant briefing is complete. Departure briefing is complete. Logbook is checked. And fuel required is 4.6 and checked. on board. FMS data is just about complete. On the right side, we will do root and legs data wind request. And let's see, George says he's at gate number 9. Where is gate 9? Is that behind us? That should have been over here. George, I'm not seeing you. Where you at? Not seeing you at all. Load. And we'll execute that. And so we should be landing with 3.4. And the FMS ACARS info is interstellar trim of 5.7 is set. Airspeed bugs 134, 135, 144. And that is checked. And our before side checklist is complete. Yeah, you say you're at gate 9 unless you're in the building. And I'm not seeing anything sticking out to be right next to you on the right. Yeah, I'm not seeing you for some sort of reason. And I am still online. That's weird. It says it, okay, so you're November 911 Juliet Mike. For some reason I'm not seeing you. It says that you're on there, but it failed to put the model up. Can you see me? I am on 122.8, so check to see if that is up for you. I'm not sure why I can't see you. Thanks to traffic radio. Thanks to traffic radio check. I got you 5x5. I just cannot see you. All right. Not sure what's going on with that. So we are set. I don't understand why I keep getting this low pressure. I guess once I start engine, it should go away. Never seen that before. Okay. So let's go. All right, flight attendant is started out, so we'll close the doors and we will get on our way. Yeah, that's really odd, man. I don't know what's going on. I just do not see you at all. And that is the gate right there, unless you're in the building. Because we are probably using two different things, so you're probably in the building. So when you push back, let's see. It's probably that he's in the building. So when we push out the gate, let's see what happens. All right, so let's go. Let's call GSS and let them close the doors this time. I wonder if GSS would remove. Let's see. Prepare for push.
Locking gear.
The doors are closed. Let's see if the chop goes. Oh, chop's gonna go away, so we gotta remove the chop. no problem. System menu and ground support. Shots are away. And we'll make a nose right.
Release parking brakes,
Push
please.
back like this. Doors are closed. Hydraulic panel is set. And fuel panel is set, but the door closed and locked. Air conditioning light is on. Air conditioning panel is set. Transponder is set to on. And we are ready to go. Thanks to traffic. Cayman 2620, push start from stand 13. All right, so parking brake is off.
Commencing push.
Commencing
All
push.
engines clear. Start at will.
Roger. Engines cleared, starting at will. Start sequence is 2, then 1. All right, starting engine number 2. And 2 is turning. And we'll introduce fuel. George, see if you can start. You can start your pushback. Let's see if that really is the case where you're probably in the building. Engine 2 is turning. We have ignition. Start engine number 1. Start switch cutout and starting number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set.
Unlocking gear.
Roger. It'd be really funny to see you just coming out of the building. And 23. Engine 1 is started.
Tow truck disconnected.
Roger.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Roger. See you next time, crew. All right. Engine 1 is just about done. Start a cutout. Now run our after start close. Yeah, I'm not sure why this light, this low pressure light is still on. I don't know. Let me cycle it through. Not sure why that's still on. It happened to me every time I do a second flight. Alright, let's do something real quick. It's probably because of this imbalance. I'm not sure why that is. It's just 0.03, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's just set that. Balance, fuel, set fuel. Let's see if that comes out. Alright, 7,000 feet. We will do our after start. Checklist generators on the probe heat on anti-ice not required. Anti-air conditioner panel reset. Brakes RTO after start. Checklist is complete. Flaps 5. Rudder right, left, rudder right. Like that. We are. So taxi checklist. Flaps 5, green light. Flight controls are checked. And we're good to go. Light coming on. Get rid of that ambient light. George, where are you at? Because I'm really not seeing you. I do not see you at all. I do not see you at all. Taxi traffic, Cayman 2620, taxi runway 07 VR. Brakes release, and let's go. These LEAP engines are pushing, hold it for the anchor. Yeah, I don't hold down by the runway. I do not see you. That is weird. I don't see flashing lights. I'm not seeing anything at all. I don't know what that problem is at all. And you are connected because you're talking over the frequency, so I don't know. I just did an update to the V-Pilot as well, so I'm not sure if that might have been a problem. Oh well. Before I take our checklist, the trim is set 5.7. Windows close and lock. Auto throttle is on. Recall checked. Not sure what's going on with that fuel. And weather departure is 007, departure is 005, and we are going to Otesu. So our briefing is completed, and the light of we don't have one set. Engine start units are continuous. Zero lights are set. Let's review 135.135.144. If we have any issues, we'll close the thrust and come to a stop. At above V1, we'll take off, make left, and clean up until 3000. And then we make a left turn to come back around ILS runway 0 correction. Yeah, 07. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. None at all. So you're on the runway right now? Taxi traffic, Cayman 2620, line up runway 07. You're on the runway or you already took off? Ah, okay, cool. Roger. Alright, clear left, clear right. Is your transponder on? I am not even seeing you on this TCAS. I don't know what's going on. Alright. Exterior light coming on. These bright light. Alright, let's take off. Thanks for traffic. Cayman 2620, take off runway 07, left turn onto departure. 50%, and we will pressure on the yoke and toga. 81.3 is set. Airspeed alive. Knots, check. V1 rotates. As a rate of climb, gear up. Direct to Otetsu. Cross Otetsu, then we make a left turn towards Alutu. Down nav. Flying thrust, set. Start to traffic. Cayman 2620, clear runway passing 2,300, climb maintain follow correction, climb maintain 11,000. We are 4 miles from Alutu, we'll make a right, joining the flight plan, direct to Kemba. Climb into 110. Alright. Speed check for laps 1. Check flaps up. And we'll do the after takeoff checklist. Want to pass Alutu. And command A is on. After takeoff checklist. Flaps up, no lights. Landing gear up. NGS required. Engine bleed is on. Auto measurement check. Then subject is continuous until passing 10,000. APU is off. Right, climbing to 11,000. Living at 50, no problem. So there is sensor in the background. And of course you see those pink textures that we'll just ignore for right now. Alright, there goes 10,000 feet, exterior lights coming off. And that sound means that we are coming up on our cruise of 11,000. So for whatever reason, Georgia is just not able to screw it. Okay. We check out the active radar. I see him on the active radar, but for some reason I'm just doing him on mine. But that's just weird. That's very weird. All right, let's see our charts for Kingston. Okay. That worked. No problem. So if we turn on the traffic on Navigraph, it's weird. There he is. Oh well, just one of those days, huh? Okay, so we are heading to Kingston. Let's see what the weather is. 360 at night. All right, we won't do the reverse and land on runway 12, although we can. It would be nice to have some ATC. So for our arrival, we're going to use runway 30. Set in our FMC, we have Dussel as our transition point. However, yeah, there's a car I see holding on the radar as well, George. I'm not sure why. We will probably come and go direct to Bottle, and that will be at 4,000 feet. Then make a left base towards Wausau to join the final for runway 30, crossing Wausau at 3,000, then Avril at 2,000. By Avril we should be fully configured at 2,000 feet, and then on a 3-degree glide slope. That's about 700 feet per minute as we head down to runway 30. Upon landing runway 30, we will hope to exit on Bravo. If not Bravo, we'll go all the way down to Alpha, come back around and park on stand number 8. And let's look at that. That will be right about here. So that should be all well and good for us. So let's look at our top of this set is in approximately 51 miles. So let's set this up. Our approach. Payload, weather balance is not necessary. We go to our landing, show full en route. Copy FMC, runway 30 is dry. Wind is 360 at 9. Outside temperature is 26 Celsius. And QNH is 1014, 1014. Reverse all up, flat 30, AC on, AI off, brakes 2, non-norm none, complete, and calculate. So we'll have 700 meters remaining, so that means we'll take it all the way up to Alpha. No problem. In that case, let's save some of the, we'll save some of our brake and use auto brake 1, max reverse. Cool. So let's now set our descent altitude down to 4,000. Learjet 114, right? Learjet 911 Juliet Mike. What's your current speed? Okay, so we're going a little bit faster than usual. So once I get within 10 nautical miles, I'm going to slow down. I'll slow down to 250 knots so that we can keep the speed up. Alright, so we are now approximately 31 nautical miles from the top of descent. So we will keep this speed up just a little bit just to get away from George just a little bit. And then we'll start our descent. Try to ensure that we maintain or keep that speed because it's going to be hard to slow this display down and we don't want to be struggling. So what we might very well do is once so the aircraft started to slow down automatically and we're now beginning our descent. Once we cross Salak, we'll then make that right turn outbound to head towards Boto. And now there's a little bit of a chance to slow down and get down to our altitude that we need. So that will be just fine for us. Level change. Kingston traffic, Manly traffic, Cayman 2620 descending through 10,500 for 4,000. We'll fly downwind, then make a left at Bottle, left base, then left to join the final at Wasak. We'll descend to 3,000, then 2,000 average for the visual runway 30, Manly traffic. Crossing 10,000, landing lights coming on. Okay, so what we can do is we will do a managed descent of 1,000 so that we don't get down too quickly. And there are some clouds. One mile from Salak, we'll make that right turn now to heading 140. And continue our descent down to 4,000 initially. Then we'll make a left base at Bottle, however you pronounce it. So we'll go ahead and get a direct to there. So that will ensure us we can see our Distance from bottle is 19 nautical miles. And we should be able to see the runway there. Nope, we just overflew it. So we can't see it from here. Unless we go outside. Ah, there it is. There we go. So that's our airport there. There we go. So at 1,000 feet per minute, we will get to bottom at 4,000, so we're doing pretty good. And possibly can give George it's probably at 8,000, so it's pretty much on the same path as we are, so we'll probably get it before him. Alright, let's make a left now, heading 130. Continue that descent. Manage traffic. Cayman 2620 is 11 miles inbound to Bottle. We'll make a left base, direct Wasat, then join the funnel from Wasat, descend to 3,000. Then 2,000 at Apple for the visual runway 30. Manage traffic. I'd hope that speed that Caribbean Airlines stays online so we can see if the problem is me or what. I'm not sure why I cannot see George. 8 miles from Bottle, load of 240. Let's do a level change and we'll stay to 230. Miles inbound to Bottle, we spend 3,000. Crossing Bottle above 4,000, and then we'll fly direct waist up. Reduce speed to 10. And we will set waist up as our next waypoint. And we'll do LNAV. Mileage traffic, Cayman 2620, left base, direct waist up, descend to 3,000. We will make a continual left turn to join the final for runway 30. Manage traffic. Alright, speed check flap 1. And We'll continue our descent. VNAV, speed intervene, and we will slow to 180. The Manly VOR 11550. So we are 13 miles from Manly. Speed check flaps 2. And we'll continue to descend down to 2000. Speed check flaps 5. George said he can't see a thing. Yeah, we can't see much outside either, George. It's just it's kind of dark-ish. There are some clouds around, but we're managing for now. All right, so we're gonna use some speed brakes to try and get down to 2000. And we pull our speed back to the flap 5 knot. Manly traffic came in 2620, 10 miles, runway 30. All right, looking good. We check flap 10, and we'll go gear down. We do our checklist. Push assist by government spike and management spec. Chime should have already been done. And we have altimeter set to local, which is 1014. And we have the runway in sight. So we'll arm the speed brake. 2 miles from
2500.
2500 check. Speed check flaps 15. Flap 25 speed check. Once again, I didn't set this. Nice. Very bad piloting. Alright. VRAM +5. Landing flaps 30. Alright, we're over Avon now. My airplane. We try to keep a 3 degree, which is just about 800 feet per minute. Manly traffic Cayman 2629 is on a visual runway 30. We are 5 miles out. All right, descending way too fast. There we go, 800. This wind is buffeting us from the northeast, but the wind's supposed to be from 360. That's Microsoft Flight Sim for you, eh? Miles still too high, so we need to get down. We need to set our brake.
1000.
Check. This is not that stable, but we're not going around. We are landing today.
500.
Check. Well, we should be good now. There we go. 2 reds, 2 whites.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Little low. There we go. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10. And we're down. Speed brake is up. Reverse is green. First lights out. Manual braking. Manage traffic, Cayman 2620 cleared of runway 30, taxi via Alpha. Right, clean up the aircraft. Let's see what that landing was like. I tried that same thing that Justin would have told us to do, which was a little power on and then all the way cut. Let's see what the landing was. Landing rate was 278, so not a big difference, but that's okay. And we're landing today at gate 8. Landing lights can come off. Exterior lights as necessary. Start the APU. Weather radar coming off. Speed brake is down with our transponder is set. After landing checklist is complete. I think I'm gonna have to use for. Oh, okay, so in the descent checklist is where the auto brakes. So I missed the descent checklist completely. All right. I guess then you're able to see me, right? Roger. That's pretty weird. I'm not sure what's going on with the sim tonight, why I can't see you. But it is what it is. At least we're here safely. Roger. APU is available. Make a left turn here. Turn our strobes off. Wing light off. What is it? Turn a little bit too much. There we go, that's the line. And we're coming right here at gate number 8. Taxi light and make our left. Overshot it just a little bit. That's okay. So guys, you see him telling me turn to the left, right? And I am off the line where that is concerned. Then he's gonna tell me that I parked a bit askew. And parking brake is set. Oh, it's not. Parking brake is set. There we go. And we have the engines. Engines are cut. Turn on the fasten sign. Let's see what he's gonna say here. Very good parking. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! He's dancing. All right, that's what we're talking about. Gangnam style. So we finally got a dance from our marshaller. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you too. Thank you. All right. So we can now turn off the anti-collision lights. I'm happy. I am happy tonight. Let's get, let's get our ground support with all of our chocks in, and then we're gonna call GSX to let these passengers out.
Boarding requested.
Yeah, you know, we got that dance, man. It was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That's the listen. We had to have something to highlight tonight, right? We had to have something to highlight tonight. Let's set this overhead panel. Turn on some lights. Yeah, I like that.
Boarding starting.
Right off, and we're good to go. All right, guys, so we have done 2 flights tonight. My intention was really to do 1, but we were able to do 2 nice short flights. We went from just we did the 2 flights from Cayman Islands to Sangster, then finally to Kingston. Thank you so very much for joining on that flight. Hey, if you had a good time tonight, please don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss another time when we go live. Tonight was not scheduled. Usually we try to do Tuesday afternoons, Tuesday evenings, but hey, why not? If we can, we have the time, we'll just jump on and do a little nice flight. Appreciate the interaction that we had this evening. Of course, it's always nice when you have feedback going, so feel free to talk in the chat. Ask any question you want to. We'll definitely have a little chat while we fly along. These flights were pretty short, so it was up and down, so it's pretty busy, but especially when we have these longer flights, you can always feel free to come chat with us. This is the Cayman Airways flight from Grand Cayman all the way to Kingston, and so I do hope that you enjoyed the flight in the MAX 8. I know I did, and of course the highlight was having the marshaller do the dance for us there real quick. If you missed it, of course you can just roll it back and have a little look at that. Until the very next time, guys, I do appreciate it. Of course, as always, make sure you take care of yourself, because you're the only one that can do that. So until next time, take care. One love. Which gate are you at, George?